Have you ever walked into a new environment, like a new class, a new job, or even a party, and thought, it would be so nice to make some friends here, but then froze? You wait too long, and suddenly your anxiety kicks in. You start second-guessing yourself. The truth is, if we all had the superpower to instantly make friends, we would do it everywhere, without hesitation. But since we don't, here are 7 psychology methods that basically give you that superpower. Let's start with the first tip. Think in terms of allies. Forget making friends for a second. Think of it as making allies. In psychology, this links to reciprocal altruism. People naturally like to connect with those who benefit them, and vice versa. In life, it will always benefit you to have allies, people who have your back, open doors for you, and make everything more fun. The moment I had this mindset, I was instantly motivated to put myself out there to make potential allies to improve my life. Friends weren't just nice to have, they were allies who made my life better. The second tip is using the third-person trick. Here's how to kill the fear of looking stupid. This is called self-distancing in psychology. Normally, when someone talks to you, you don't think they're weird for trying. You just see them as another person being social. Now flip that around. Imagine watching yourself from a third-person perspective, like a character on a TV show. You may think you'll see how stupid you are, but in reality, most of the time what you're doing is completely harmless. You're not embarrassing yourself. You're literally just socializing, like everyone else. The third tip is innocent until proven guilty. This is normally a law thing, but in psychology, it's called cognitive reframing, reinterpreting situations to reduce fear. If you look through the third-person perspective and imagine your next actions, and there's nothing weird or guilty about it, then just do it without fear. Most people will respect you for putting yourself out there. The fourth tip is to be okay with rejection. This is where most people freeze. Anxiety whispers, what if they don't like me? This is actually exposure therapy in social contexts. Gradually facing small social risks reduces fear. Rejection only hurts when your expectations are unrealistic. Once you've used the third-person filter and know nothing you are about to say or do is wrong at all, just say screw it and do it. On the outside, it looks like confidence, like you don't care. And people are drawn to that. The secret? Inside you do care, but as long as you know nothing you're doing is wrong, you can go through with it without fear. The fifth tip is to keep going until you find your people. Not everyone will like what you say or do, and that's okay. This is related to social selection theory. People naturally gravitate to those whose personalities and values match theirs. Socializing is a process of sifting. You keep talking, keep showing your personality, and eventually you'll come across people you really vibe with. Think of it like panning for gold. You sift through a lot of dirt, but the right people will shine when you find them. The sixth tip is to talk about common interests. If you just randomly walk up to someone and try to strike up a conversation, that can be awkward. Not impossible, but harder. This is backed by similarity attraction theory. We naturally bond with people who share our interests. Instead, talk about something they like, a meme, recent news, or a shared struggle. When you do this, the conversation feels natural, and you'll never run out of things to talk about. The seventh and final tip is to put yourself in the right places. Sometimes you won't know what topic to talk about, so an easy hack is to join a club or event where the topic is already there. This uses environmental cues and social psychology. Your surroundings make social connection easier. That way, you don't even need to come up with conversation starters. The topic is already on the table, and the conversation flows naturally. Almost all my friends came from clubs, because it was never awkward small talk. We were already talking about the club, and from there, friendships grew on their own. Making friends isn't about luck or being born extroverted. It's about using psychology, shifting your mindset to allies, seeing yourself from a third-person view, following innocent until proven guilty, being okay with rejection, sifting until you find your people, talking about common interests, and putting yourself in the right environments. If you use these, making friends becomes easier, faster, and actually fun. If you don't, you'll keep missing out on opportunities, connections, and people who could have made your life way better. So the choice is yours. Stay anxious, or start using these psychology methods and build the friendships you've been missing.